Hello, beautiful weight loss community. This is Rachel with Rachel's VSG Journey, and I wanted to do a little video while everybody was sleeping since kids are out of school now, so it's a little loud and crazy. So here's me, the night owl, 2 a.m. doing videos. Today is week 7 in one day, and I'm in the dreaded 6-7 week stall. Hopefully things start moving and shaking a little bit, but I want to kind of recap a little bit of last week. I pushed my body to some limits last week, and that is why I kind of felt a little bit bummed that I hit a stall after all of that effort. Most of you who have seen my videos know that I am like a nature freak, and my gym is hiking trails. I just find that I will sweat more, I will go further, I will work harder, I will climb hills, I will climb rocks, climb down steep ravines, just to capture some absolutely gorgeous, beautiful pictures. And so we've done that as a family for quite some time. It's not new, but one of the things that really happened last week was every day I was out. I live in Ohio. We don't have a lot of sun. It's one of the downfalls to living in northeastern Ohio. So when we do, it's kind of like the house just falls apart. It's like, forget the laundry, forget the dishes, let's go outside, let's get some vitamin D. So last Monday, coming off of my birthday weekend, I started my morning with about a 2-mile hike, and I had a lot of energy that day. And then my kids got home from school, and my son was really wanting to go on a bike ride. So we went to a place where we have mountain biking trails, and we did several miles on the bike with that, and lost about 2.5 pounds as of the next day. And I was like, ooh, exercise equals a scale going down. Let's do it some more. So Tuesday was like another hike in one of our nearby parks. Same again Wednesday, same again Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday rolls around, and I was so tired, and it was pouring down rain all day Saturday. It was one of those miserable, gloomy days, and I wanted to curl up and just sleep all day. And then I get a random text from a friend of mine who I've known since childhood. And so me and her sister have all lost 100 pounds. She lost 100 pounds completely on her own, diet and exercise, went to school for nutrition, kicked some butt. I lost 100 pounds prior to my vertical sleeve gastrectomy on my own. Nutrition, supplementation, a little bit of working out, not as much, just mainly watching what I ate. And then her sister had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy and is down over 150 pounds since start, and she had her surgery in November. So she has just done incredible. So we're all horse loving freaks, and she actually invited me over to work her daughter's horse for a horse show this weekend, and I about spazzed. I was like, what? I can get on a horse? Like, what? She's like, heck yeah, girl. She's like, you're down enough, let's go. So she's like, I need somebody that I can trust to, ride Cash and get him show ready, and she's like, I know your skills. So I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna pee my pants. Like, I've waited for this for so long. And I've ridden a few draft horses at a Christian camp that my mom worked at, but it's not the same, okay? It's not the same as working a big old pleasure horse. So I went over there and got on the horse. He was really tall. He was like 16, 2 hands. He's a big boy. Didn't need to use a step stool, but my first time since, like, I had horses of my own years ago, I didn't need help. I didn't need a boost. I was able to get up in the saddle myself. I was so excited. And I rode Cash for about 2 hours. Gave them a good workup, a good cool down, and then my kids got to ride, and I got pictures of that, and it was just one of those, like, I miss this. And everybody's like, oh, you're going to be so sore tomorrow, you're going to be so sore tomorrow. I'm like, I don't even care. And then tomorrow came, and I wasn't sore. I mean, I felt like, my muscles got used, but it wasn't like when I rode the draft horses and I couldn't walk for a week. I was like, oh my gosh, like I feel like the old me, like this is amazing. So that was the highlights of my week. So that was a 6-day consistent stretch. And I took Sunday off to rest, actually not to rest, to clean my house because it was a disaster. And then Monday, which was yesterday, I was back out at the trails again. I didn't do as long as a walk, partly because there's been some bear sightings in our area, and I happened to take a primitive trail, and once me and my little dog were on the trail, I was like, what was that noise, Tucker? I'm like, you'll alert me if there's a bear, right? Like, I got freaked out. First time in my life, I actually got freaked out in the woods, and we kind of like didn't go as far, so maybe that was my gut instinct that there was something in the woods that was watching me or something, but it didn't last that long. And then today it was beautiful and sunny, but I just kind of took the day to just chill. I just kind of felt kind of tired. And I'm just learning to kind of listen to my body. I mean, I put my body through a lot, and I do believe stalls happen for a reason. It's not that we're doing anything wrong. I just feel that it's your body taking a break. So even though it kind of sucked, I was like, I'm going to get 10 pounds off this week. It didn't happen. So, darn science. But some of the things that have been really cool is just feeling good. Clothes getting really big, especially up top. My bras are probably, I'm going to need to get some new bras soon. But just feeling so much better. I don't know if I mentioned this in another video or not. In my mind, I apologize, but when I lost a lot of weight before, and I was doing a lot of hiking, I was able to eat, I think I stuck to about 1,800 to 22 calories a day of lean, clean, and green food. Lots of fruits and vegetables, lots of nuts, almond butter, lots of protein. I had to eat a lot of food because if I went too low in calories, I wouldn't lose. But there was a period of time where I literally felt like an Olympic athlete crawled inside my body and took over. Now, I do owe it to my supplementation. I straight up do, because I feel my weight more when I don't take my vitamins and supplements. But there was a point where I was just cruising on these trails that were not easy. And my body just felt like I was floating. Like it was effortless. And honestly, when I stalled and when I started having a little bit of regain after I lost my dad due to stress, depression, whatever, one of the biggest things that held me back from having the surgery was I was so afraid that when I was going down in such small amount of calories, and that when I wasn't able to drink a lot of fluids, and I used to drink a gallon of water a day, that I was going to feel exhausted, that I was going to feel like regret. And there are days where I run out of steam a little bit faster. It's part of it. But then there are days where I've got a lot of pep in my step and I can keep going. And I haven't exactly matched that feeling that I'm after yet. But I'm getting closer. My body is getting more conditioned. Let me go back a little bit, and just for my own peace of mind. 3 years ago was when I started my weight loss journey, or I should say my get healthy journey, okay? Because I had a congestive heart failure scare. I was a very sick girl, had a lot of health problems, and it was kind of that wake-up call where you are called to action, and you're doing everything out of fear. And that was why I was in so much control of every morsel of food that went into my body, was just fear of I didn't want to lose my life. But then after you start seeing big results, now you're launched into, oh my gosh, I came this far, let's keep going. And right about the end of my first year is when my dad was placed in the hospital, and they basically were preparing us that he wasn't gonna make it. And right about that time, go figure, is when my weight loss kind of started stalling. And for the next 2 years, he didn't die then. For the next 2 years, he basically, my stress was through the roof, like through the roof. It was a constant up and down. I was, helping my mom while she worked, take care of him, and I really had to put myself on the back burner. So for those 2 years, I wasn't as active. I mean, we still did stuff as a family, but I was not as active. And I know I was not putting the same quality of nutrition into my body as I was before. And so now that I'm kind of slowly getting to eat more food, I'm still frustrated because it's like I want a salad, and I'm like afraid my body's not gonna be able to take that. I was craving broccoli, and I ate broccoli, and even though I like minced it up really small, it didn't want to sit well. I threw a couple pieces up, but it just felt uncomfortable, like it just wasn't sitting well. So a lot of my vegetables that it's like I want them, my body's not ready for them yet. So it's like just living on protein. I'm getting a little carbs in here, even cheated a few times on some things I probably shouldn't have eaten, just to test my boundaries a little bit. So it's kind of like I'm just not getting the quality of nutrition in the amount that I need yet to probably feel that good. But on a good note for the people that are on the before side, the pre side, I want to tell you something amazing. On one of our bigger hikes that we went, my mom was with us, and I hadn't had that much to eat. I'd had my protein shake for breakfast, which does have carbohydrates. It's perfectly balanced, 24 grams, 24 grams. That's how I start my day. And then I believe for lunch, I had, I want to say a little piece of fish or something. And I don't remember what else. But anyways, I know it wasn't a lot. And I remember walking through these trails, and my mom was actually having a hard time keeping up. And I was just laughing. I was like, Mom, can you believe this? I was like, if I had tried to eat this amount of food with my big old body before the surgery, I'm like, you would have been like dragging me off this trail right now back to the car. And I was able to keep up, and I felt great. Like, I felt really, really good. It was a really good day. And it was just kind of mind-blowing that your body is using all that fat for energy instead of food for energy. So the food is just enough to kind of keep us going, but really, truly, when you're actually floating through life and you don't have a lot of calories in you, that's actually your body burning fat for energy source. And it's just quite amazing that I could feel that good. So I know I'm getting close, and I'm just, I'm already to the point where I can eat, some chicken. I've still kept my chicken in a crock pot. I don't want to push it with it being dry. I even tried a chicken thigh that my husband cooked, and it wasn't like completely torn apart. And that was it didn't sit as well. So right now, crock pot chicken is working the best with, just some spices or some, Italian dressing in it or something like that to keep it moist, and just different things like that. So that's what I'm doing. That tuna fish. One of my favorites right now that's working really well, I'll go ahead and share this with you, is I'm browning ground turkey. And I'm throwing in low sodium taco seasoning, and making it just like you would if you were going to make tacos. And then I'm throwing black beans in it and a little bit of Colby Jack shredded cheese on top, and put a little bit of taco sauce on it. Just that. It's really good. The beans, you're getting a little bit of carbohydrates and protein. You're getting some protein from the ground turkey, and it seems like my sleeve really can dig some turkey. Like, I don't have a problem with it at all. So that has been my go-to meal prep that I've been grabbing for lunch, for dinner. I stay up late, so sometimes it's like a second dinner. But when you can only fit, like maybe 2 ounces of food at a time, I'm probably eating sometimes 6-7 times a day. Maybe not all of it's actually eating because I'm drinking shakes and stuff in the morning, but kind of like a meal. So like I said, things are definitely getting better, and I haven't had any issues at all whatsoever. None, no complications. The worst I had was, missing, maybe like I said, eating a little bit too late and then getting tired and going to bed, and then food wanting to kind of like come back up. That was uncomfortable. That taught me a hard lesson of do not eat for a couple hours before you go to bed. And I had to up my antacid, because that's a pretty common thing with the sleeves is, just you can have a little bit more acid when you sleep. So I'm doing my 40 milligrams in the morning, 40 milligrams at night, and I haven't had really any issues with being woken up with acid in my throat. So really and truly, things are going really good. Now I'm realizing, like, did I even do my stats, guys? Like, seriously? My brain works so much better the first part of the day, but it's really loud. So I've been hovering at between 287, and I did get down to 285, but then, like I said, I don't know if it's just because I went and did so much stuff that maybe I didn't get enough calories in, or if I just that dreaded stall, I'm not really sure. But my body's kind of keeps hovering between that 277 to 277.8, and it's been stuck since I lost that 2.5 pounds when I woke up last Tuesday. So been completely stalled as of today for a solid 7 days. And like I said, I don't know how long it's gonna last. I hope it doesn't take too long, because I really, really want to break that 40-pound mark. I just want to start seeing some 270s again, and that's pretty darn exciting. So anyways, I rambled a little bit longer than I intended to, but I realized that my last couple of videos really weren't didn't really get into covering too much stuff. I was out on my hike, and then I kind of did some body shot videos. I'm learning to play with the video thing, guys. I'm not a techie. I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to do all this stuff. You guys are brilliant that does all these amazing little captions and stuff. Maybe I'll learn down the road, but right now it's just me. I'm real. And like I said, I'll just bring you an update next week, and I don't want to just update just when I have a great skill victory. I want to keep it real and just let everybody know that this is part of the process. There's going to be weeks that we don't lose. It could even be up to a month that we don't lose. And one of the most positive takeaways that if you could take away this video is you have to just fall in love with the process of loving yourself and taking care of yourself, and not getting so stuck up on the numbers. We're all impatient. We all want it to happen like now, but truth be told, it's just part of it, and your body's taking a break. And a lot of times, even when the scale's not moving, inches could be moving. You could be developing some muscle because now you're actually getting active and you feel really good, and muscle weighs more. And muscle is also an amazing component to burning more fat. So when you don't see the scale move after you're starting to get active, don't freak out, because it's still just your body transforming into a different way. So I know I'm adding muscle because after sitting on my butt for 6 months and complete depression after grieving over the loss of my dad, that I wasn't doing a whole lot. So, and it was winter too, so that contributes to it. But now that I'm out and I'm active a lot more, I'm going to be building muscle, and that muscle can definitely affect the scale for a little bit until it starts tipping the other direction. So just last, takeaway, love yourself, love the process. Don't go binge eat. Don't go screw it all up now just because it's not going in your favor. Okay? Ride it out, stay consistent, and keep going. And a year from now, you will be so happy that you loved on yourself and took care of yourself. All right? So, hey everyone, God bless, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.